Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Fit Enough. My name's Matt.
And I'm Sai, and in this podcast we make strength training simple. Just had a bit of a lisp then, and I realised I've still got my liners in, which give me a lisp.
Do you not usually have them in
I
for the
try and
podcast?
take them out. I never really noticed how different it makes my voice sound until I recorded myself. And it does make quite a big difference.
Bit of that.
Bit of a...
It's endearing.
Do you think I should keep it in today?
Well, we'll see what the fans think. Might be horrified.
Sorry.
It is miserable outside here, so we feel very happy to be tucked up talking to the three of you.
Maybe even two now at this point.
Well, we've lost one.
I think possibly.
And we wanted to do a bit of a strong band update today. It is actually Thursday, so it is the day of putting the video up.
Oh, quick
So
turnaround.
this is as live as you can get it. So you'll be getting the inside scoop, everything up to date, and we're going to do a little bit of structure with kind of telling you guys how we're splitting everything, and the kind of juggling act of running the business together and then the rest of our work on top of things. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Where do you want to start?
Should we start with how we decided to actually go for it and how we knew we could work it out?
That's a good idea.
I think I remember actually. So this has been one of many of my ideas that I've floated to Matt of like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And everything gets received well, but it's always like, yes, in theory. And then one day I think I just crunched the numbers on like how it could actually be a sustainable business. But it was like something ridiculous, like if we got into 100,000 gyms in the world and everybody got this many, and then this is how much we spent on it and this is how much we'd get back. But I think it was that sort of step into this is what, like, it can be a successful business. Like, these are sort of how the numbers will work out for us to be able to sustain ourselves and put it back into the business and grow. And I think once you saw those numbers, you were like, sign me up.
Yeah, to be clear, it wasn't like just dollar signs flashing in my eyes like cartoonish. That did help, but I think it was having some sort of plan and structure, and it didn't matter that it was hypothetical and like fairly fantastical, but it was just seeing things. It was almost like created like a bit of a map for what the next X number of years could potentially be if we push for it. So I think that was probably something that previous ideas haven't had.
Yeah, I think this has also been the one where we've had the most positive feedback on. I think it's a very like tangible idea. It's like one of the things where it's like, why does this not exist in the world? It seems so simple. Why doesn't it exist? So I think that together with we know how to do this. We know, we are in this area in the fitness space. This is what we do. We know how to talk about it. We know what the benefits of it. We're working out, but we know how to like get it made. And I think that alongside that practical, this is what it could look like, just made it within hand reach. And it's just like, all right, what's stopping us?
Yeah.
Like, we can do it.
That's exactly it. It was kind of like, not that we were searching for them, but there are no excuses to not try it. And I think once that seed was planted and you made sure it was planted, it would have been very difficult, maybe even impossible for both of us to just be like, okay, would have been a nice idea. Let's crack on with everything else we got going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did make it pretty impossible to ignore.
And that's obviously like aligning with what we actually care about as well. I know I just talked about sort of the financial projections of what it could be, but obviously, like the main thing of like why we care about it and why we want to do it is the fact that we genuinely think it's going to help people get started with strength training, make strength training more accessible, and to just increase the standards of how companies sell products and how they guide people with products, because we think there's a real gap in the market there, particularly with resistance bands, but general like equipment. I think lots of companies are quite, don't want to be bashing people, but just quite lazy or exaggerated about the things that they claim and do.
Yeah, because they're in a position where they can and nobody's really challenging them. But it's like it's the perfect product, and that product creates the perfect platform for what we want to do. Like everything just kind of ties in together so nicely with Strongband, that I think we both very much feel like this is, I mean, I'm not a big believer in like destiny and fate, but this feels like what what we've both been kind of working towards throughout our careers, one way or another. So yeah, had to
do it. So then that was like the first step of being like, okay, let's try and make this work. And then I guess the next step, it was practically how we actually do that.
Yeah, because you already gave yourself like a bit of you were already researching the factories, what we would want in a band, like the ethics and everything behind it. So you kind of got cracking with the operations and logistics, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I can't remember exactly when it was like, okay, we need to put a lot more time into this than we have been so far. I'm not sure what point that came. But basically, the way we split it up now is I work on Strongband basically full time. So it's full time, and then I also have my PT clients normally twice a day, and you're full time coaching, and you do Strongband on the side.
Yeah, so got my own clients, head coach at LBI, which is now at, I think it's 62 people in the community, which is amazing. But that does mean a lot of time is spent programming and focusing on those two different jobs. So then Strongband is very much like pigeonholed into different places, whether it's like in between bits of work or most likely in the evening, and then when we're going out and speaking to gyms. So it kind of, yeah, I'd say it sits alongside things, but maybe a little bit behind my actual jobs I get paid for.
Yeah. Yeah. And that obviously means I've got a lot more time to do the planning around things, and then like liaising with the factory, and then get you on the most important things, which is going around talking to gyms, trying to get our foot in the door in places.
Yeah. No, because I really enjoy the sales about it. In fact, this kind of reminded me how much I do enjoy sales, and I think it's very easy to have a perception of like a classic salesman or what's involved in a sales pitch, and you're a bit disgusted by it. But I think we quite quickly found that it was different to that stereotypical perception, and that we're actually in a very fortunate position of providing a gym with an improved piece of equipment that they kind of have in their gym as an afterthought. And we know that it's going to benefit people, and it's our own thing that we're passionate about. So all of that actually makes for a really nice experience when we're going to introduce people to Strongband, find out more about what they do in their gym. Like I forgot how much I enjoyed just hearing people's stories and how they've got to where they are. And so, yeah, when we get those opportunities to either go and speak to people that we've contacted via email already and have some sort of relationship, or even just like turning up to a random gym and introducing ourselves, like you have that initial nervousness, but then it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see what kind of like partnership you can create, whatever it looks like.
I think 80% of the time people have been, I'd say, very supportive out of on a list of not supportive to completely supportive. And then, like you said, was it a couple of days ago, there was one gym, and that was like the first time out of how many gyms we've seen where we said, oh, you know, we've started our own local resistance band company, can we tell you a bit about it? And they were just like, no, thank you. Like, you know, they were, you know, they were saying, oh, we've just put in a big order, we've got our supplier, not really interested, but thanks for coming in. And like, that was literally the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I think the thought of that happening is worse than it actually happening.
And do you know what I was thinking? Because, so we said to him, like, can we tell you about our bands? And he was like, you're 4 weeks too late, basically. Like, I've just ordered a whole batch of new bands, so kind of not in the market for them. And then I made a joke being like, oh, this is a no pressure pitch then. Can we still tell you about our bands? And he was like, no, I'm actually okay, thank you. And that was it.
Yeah.
I think that's more awkward. That's more of an awkward situation for him than us, because he's the one having to say no, which is an awkward thing to do to two people who are clearly like not like slimy salesmen. So yeah, in that kind of interaction, if that's genuinely the worst that can happen, number one, it's not bad at all, and number two, I think we're still in like a more favourable position than having to turn someone down. Just get turned down. On to the next one.
Yeah. And that was like, what would you say, 5% of...
Yeah. And then in 6 months' time, 5 months' time, we can still go back and he'll be like, it's the guys I said no to.
Yeah.
Come in.
We'll take 100.
Yeah. We will buy strong back. So yeah, I'm very much on the outreach side of things. Emails.
Lots of emails.
And we're contacting, so gyms, obviously, studios, whether it's like independent gym studios or Pilates, yoga, etc. Physio clinics, EPs. Residential homes, actual like rehab clinics post-surgery. Schools, cruise lines. Yeah, so just like a whole range of different types of even just like businesses that will have gyms. I think that's
what do you mean?
That's an avenue we can go down, or like companies rather.
Oh yeah.
That have gyms in the building for their employees. So there are loads of different avenues, but it's like, yeah, it's a real like elephant gun approach at the moment. Just spray as many bullets as possible, and hopefully one hits the target. And we've had a couple hit the target from the people who you'd expect most, which is gyms and physios. And so then it's just about like, instead of just keeping that machine going, we're realizing more and more we need to be as analytical as possible in terms of what we're doing, to then say, okay, like this worked, this didn't, maybe we need to slightly change our pitch a little bit depending on who it is. And like thinking more about delivering workshops to educate people on strong band, because the more and more people we spoke to, the more and more we've realized that there needs to be this whole educational element on resistance bands in general and why our progress lines make a difference. So there is lots to come from the outreach side of things, but it is very much just keep going type of task. So I'm very grateful that you're taking on the rest of it.
Well, I really enjoy it. It's I don't know, the three of you who watch this who are thinking, could I do the same thing? I think so many people do have like an idea and want to start their own businesses, but it just sounds so scary and daunting and you don't know where to start. And we were absolutely in that position before we said we were going to go for it.
I'm still terrified.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, I think every day is terrifying because every day is unknown. You put so much money behind it. You really believe in it. You really want it to work. You really care about it. And every day is a test to see whether, is this the right decision? Have we made the right choice? But
that pause was a half a second too long.
But I think now that we've like dived right in, like, and we have like committed to it, like it's not half-hearted anymore, which I sort of felt like it was before I took the leap to do this full time. Like, the option is for us to just try our best, do everything we can and make it work. So I guess that self-doubt is there less because we've made the decision to just go all into it and make it work.
And I think that idea of like going all in and giving yourself no option is a interesting approach in terms of the pressure it puts on you to make it work. But also I feel like it's quite freeing just to be like, okay, no attachments, no second guessing. I just have to go for it. And it gives you that kind of like one-track mindedness, which yes, can be scary, but also kind of like takes away the rest of the noise. And you can be like, I've committed, I just have to.
There was a quote I remember coming across in uni about constraints being freeing. Said it in a much better way, but yeah, when we've like locked in and we don't have all these options available to us anymore, that's where I guess we make the most progress, and that's where
and it's also with like the juggling of everything, like with my two other roles and your PT as well. Like at the moment there is no other option, and that's, I feel like if there was another option, you would be, not you specifically, you would be more complacent and be like, but could I change things? Could I drop one? Could I do things differently? With this situation, it's just like, this is the way it is and you just have to get on with it, which I find quite comforting.
Yeah, because it is what we want to do, and I think we just needed to take that leap to be like, because all the noise is like that self-doubt, is that, why would we be able to make it? What can we do? Is there must be a reason why this doesn't exist and why it's, not where we would want it to be in terms of like the fitness industry with how, the standard of resistance bands and the standard of education around it. And I think when we let ourselves just, think as big as possible, that is what we want to do. And there's no alternative, or the alternative would be a lot more depressing.
And then all you have to do is just take one step at a time, don't you? And it becomes less scary. So tell them more about what you're doing and what your day-to-day looks like.
I've been having quite a brain fog like this whole week. I go through weeks of feeling super organized, super structured, like here are the main priorities, here are the main aims. But there's a bit of everything. So one is social media, so trying to keep our social media going. We've, I think, had a bit of a dip, so need to get back onto that structure of having a few hours to ideate. I'm quite good at coming up with the ideas. I've got a huge list of all the ideas, but then it's actually then organising them, writing the scripts, scheduling when we're going to do the filming, when we're going to do the editing, when we're going to post it. So it's just really mapping that out in the week. And I think that's probably the thing we find hardest, but it has been getting better. Like when we have those organised weeks, we actually enjoy it a lot of the time, when it doesn't feel like we're just racking our brains to just do something and just put something out there. But the weather's been making it tricky as well. So we were going to do it a couple of days ago, or today, but it's just raining a lot. So we're hoping to be able to head out and do some filming tomorrow. So that's one big part of it. Another side, which I guess is related to social media, is working with influencers and content creators to try and get the word out, get people who can be early supporters of us to share it with their communities. So just planning sort of like how that program works, what we can give back, because they'll be taking a leap on us because we're not paying anyone at this stage. We just don't have the budget. So it's basically saying, do you think we're cool? We think we're cool. Like, we think you'll align with what we do. And they basically just, we need to find people that really get what we're trying to do and back us. And then I guess it's that bet that later down the line we'll have a budget to be able to pay content creators properly. So that's one side of it. And then it's like getting the website to be as sick as possible. Like, there's so many things we'd like to do on it to just make it look super slick, super frictionless. So that's ongoing work in progress. Just finances, making sure it's all working out and we're not losing money on every sale. We're still sort of overall profitable. I mean, we're not profitable yet, but if making sure it will lead to sustainability. We're thinking about packaging. We want to go into retail for Christmas. Thinking about bags, because I think one of the issues, so many things. So one of the things with like resistance bands is often the companies that give you a bag, it's just like a little drawstring bag, and you put things in there and they all get tangled and it's just like a mess. And that happens to us every time when we go to show someone. It just doesn't look good. It's not a nice experience to be untangling your bands. So my dad's a tailor, and when I go back to the UK, I'm gonna design and create a little bag where they can go in and they have their nice little compartments and they don't get tangled up.
It's like a chef's, you wouldn't really call it a bag, I guess.
Knife.
Yeah, a knife.
Blah, blah, blah. Like a makeup brush knife, like a roll.
Yeah, a roll.
A roll.
Band roll.
Band roll.
Yeah. Do you think that would be one of the next things that we launch? One of the next products?
Yeah. So we're planning to do 2 more sizes for our resistance bands. So at the moment we've got 3 different sizes, from the lightest to, I'd say that's quite like a medium heavy level, our Onyx band. And then we want to get 2 heavier ones, which gyms in particular have been requesting. So that's the next one.
Yeah.
Door anchors, particularly for home use. And then I guess the bag is still an accessory, but there's no one else doing that for resistance bands.
I think it would elevate it. I think it would make it cooler than just like...
It'll be so nice. I can't wait to get it and just like unroll my resistance band and be like, I'm going to use you. And then you just put them back and they're there. Going to have a little compartment where you can put like your booty bands in there. You can put your gloves, your chalk, your skipping rope, your little cloth because you need to clean your vans.
Little spritz.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of those shoe, remember those like Crep Protect?
Yeah. What do we call that? Band Protect. Doesn't have the same ring.
We'll think about it.
Yeah.
So in terms of where we're at, we are currently in 3 gyms that have paid for our bands. We're in more, but they're like samples. So we're hoping that they do purchase some, but for the moment, we've just given them a sample to get feedback on and see if it's worth investing in for them. We're in 2 Anytime Fitness branches, 2 near us, which is incredible because we definitely didn't expect to be in a commercial gym at this point. And that really does open up the opportunity to start speaking to other Anytime Fitness branches, which is very cool. And then we're in Icebergs, which is, I think it's actually ranked the most iconic swimming pool in the world.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And they have a gym as part of Icebergs, and our bands are in there as well. So like, you can't get more Bondi than Icebergs, and our bands are in there. And then in terms of growth, you can't get any better than being in a commercial gym, and we're in one of them.
And is it the biggest commercial gym in the world?
I think so, yeah. Anytime
They've got the
Fitness.
most chain. It's like over 5,000 gyms
Yeah.
across the world.
So ideally, they would have been like, because they're a franchise model, so each gym is run by someone else or someone runs a group of them. Ideally, it would have been like a rollout across all Anytime Fitnesses. But because they're not structured like that, we're going to have to go round to each one and say, those guys are doing it. Why aren't you? You're falling behind.
Just going back to the icebergs one. So icebergs was before Matt and I moved to Sydney. We were obviously like Googling like, what are we going to do? What are we going to see? Let's get excited about moving to Sydney. And like the picture of icebergs on the Google search was like,
yeah,
we are going there. Like we get to
real.
visit that pool. That pool is going to be like 5 minutes away from where we're going to be.
Also, that pool is proper cold.
It's really cold. It's beautiful. So if you're not from Sydney, whoever's watching this, the one person who watches this and not from Sydney, Google it. It's just so iconic, so beautiful. And so it sort of feels like a full sort of circle moment to be like, that was like our dream to visit that. And then
Yeah.
they're a customer now.
No, it's mad. We're doing classes at the Bondi Pavilion, and
Yeah, I forgot about that.
our bands are stocked in icebergs. It's pretty special.
Yeah.
But we're not resting on our laurels. Forward, onward.
Lots to do.
Lots to do, and we can use that to be like, look, we're in icebergs, we're in Anytime Fitness. Time to be in your gym as well, and I think that will carry some weight.
Yeah.
Anything else to update them on?
Maybe just about resources. So yeah, one of the key things that we're doing is building our exercise library, tutorials, workouts, and yeah, we're really keen to find what you guys want. So if there's particular things like workouts, particular resources, particular guides that you're interested in, let us know. We want to give the people what they want.
Yeah, don't give us too much work, but
we want your ideas. Is that mainly it? Oh, and then yeah, if there's any like influencers or people you follow on social media that you think are really cool, who use resistance bands, or you think will be interested in using resistance bands, then hook us up. Let us know who they are. If you know them personally, give us an intro. We'd love to get in touch with them.
hook us up. Right, that's all you're getting. Episode 12, it's a wrap. I'll post this up in the next couple of hours. Bye guys, see you next time.